Aloha, I'm Chef Ronnie from Tiki's Grill and Bar. Welcome to Kids Cooking Local. Today we're going to cook Italian Orzo tuna pasta salad. As making a salad with pasta, you can always undercook things a little bit. If you undercook it too much, the pasta, then it's going to really want to keep sucking things up. So we're going to cook it about a minute short of the 9 minutes that it says to cook it so that it can suck up the salad dressing that we're going to make for it. As always, salt the water. This recipe calls for 8 ounces. That was a 1 pound package. I just cut it in half. Okay, so time the pasta. You don't want to completely lose track of it. You don't want to overcook. You want it to undercooked. It'll have too much texture. And you want to make it be just right in its doneness so it can suck up the dressing properly. Next, we're going to slice the onion. The recipe calls for a red onion, which is like a Bermuda onion or a Spanish onion. You could use a sweet local onion. I cut it in half to make a flat surface. Makes it safer to cut. Get all the skin off. You don't have to peel off 3 layers. This is kind of like a big purple shallot. So it's shaped a little funny. A regular onion will be easy to cut. Just cut it right in half, make a flat spot. And we're gonna cross cut it, if we can, on this small onion. You can put 1 cut in it like this for a small onion. Onions have, there's lots of layers, obviously. You can just simply go by the layers in the onion. 1 garlic clove. So I'm going to simply mince this garlic up. Starting by slicing. Discard the germ part of it, the end. Should be pretty small. We're using this as a seasoning. The recipe says you could also use garlic powder. But I think in this case, fresh garlic is superior. If you have it, it's definitely better to me. So this is basil. It's actually off of someone's plant. So leaves are a little bit small, which is fine. You see I took it, we already washed it and picked it. And then I bundled it up. Instead of taking each leaf individually and trying to cut it like that, this is called julienning or chiffonade. Okay, we rinsed the pasta. I think it's cooked perfectly. Then we're going to add more ingredients. So there's your 8 ounces of orzo. I'm going to actually mix these things in there, the dry ingredients inside of there now. So that's some purple onion or sweet onion or shallot. Feta cheese. Don't crumble it too small. Shouldn't be powder. If this is a great salt component. Cheese is all fermented. It's umami and it's aged and has all that flavor. You can just add salt to things, or you can add a lot of cheese. Canned tuna is also salty, right? You want that oily flavor in a salad. That's part of the dressing at this point. Rough chopped spinach, one of my favorite things in the world. They don't have to be the most pungent olives in the world. There's a lot of different olives available now. If I have some of those canned black ones in my cabinet, then I use those. Now we're gonna make the dressing part of it. This dressing has lemons and olive oil, mustard, salt, pepper. But I think that a little bit of the lemon zest would certainly go with this. It'll cut some of the salt and richness from the sun-dried tomatoes and the feta cheese. So instead of just squeezing this and discarding it, we're gonna zest it also. This is a microplane. Not everyone has these. A lot of people actually do these days, but if you don't have this, really gently with a peeler. You can't use any of the white part. The pith is bitter. But if you're really, really gentle with a sharp peeler, you can get some of the rind off without the pith, the white part, and then you can just mince it up and throw it in there. This lemon's nice and soft. I think on one of the other video classes that we did, I told you what my sister's trick was. And if the lemon's not that soft, she sticks it in the microwave for 45 seconds or something. So it partially cooks some of it, steams it a little bit, and you get a lot more juice out of it. Some pepper in there. I think bell peppers would be good in here too. And then it calls for a tablespoon of mustard. You can always add more. Olive oil. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can taste the whole thing when it's done, but you can taste this too. Now you could eat this now, or you can put it in the refrigerator, and you can eat the leftovers tomorrow. The flavors are really gonna meld and probably taste better. And I'm gonna put the last lemon. You can even put a splash of balsamic vinegar if you have it. And then plate it. You have some extra basil, then stick that in there. And that's Italian Orzo tuna pasta salad. I'm Chef Ronnie. Thank you for joining Kids Cooking Local. We'll see you next time.